love. It just blew our minds over the last year or two. So think about that real quick, Tony and Kevin. But Kevin, give me one game over the last year or two that you would probably put at the top of your list just in the last year or two.
Last year, man, be Resident Evil. I mean, for me, it's Resident Evil 9's up there, Requiem, or it'd be Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. And like those are like two games that I was able to like start and finish in like a week's time. Like they had my attention that much for a person who like is very easily distracted or very easily falling into this trap of like playing multiple games and then putting one off to the side. Those two games, the past year, right off the bat, like just thinking about it, were the only games that kept me fully engaged, completed within like a very short amount of time.
Yeah. So that's a great answer. I wrote it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off our top 10 highly recommended games from the last year or two. And while I'm doing that, think of some series, one or two series that we can end it with, just giving a shout out to. So first, honorable mention is Hades 2 for the gameplay, the story, the presentation, everything about it, art, everything. Honorable mention. So top 10, no particular order. Control, even though, hold on. Control was so long ago, Tony. That's crazy. But
I didn't
I'll give
actually play it all the way through till a few months ago.
It's fine. I'll give it to you. It is what it is. Control, Mario RPG Remake, Lost Record Bloom and Rage, RE4 Remake, RE9 Requiem, Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta, Expedition 33, Jedi Survivor, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Mario Kart World.
It's a good list.
Yeah, that's a good list. Like, if you want a list of just 10 games, you could try any one of those and not be disappointed.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, I like it.
All right, Stranger Things season 5. I'm gonna rate it. I'm gonna rate it 2 out of 5. I'll rate it 2.5.
There you go.
Okay, so series. We'll start with Tony. Tony. Give me one or two series that you recommend that you just really enjoyed.
I mean, I rarely watch shows, unfortunately, but I'm like halfway through the final season of Breaking Bad. I know I'm really late to the party.
It's okay.
But dude, the show is pure anxiety. Like just there's so much tension, especially in like the later sections where it's like you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, are Jesse and Walter gonna make it out of this alive? What's going on? Like there's so many things happening at once. And like it does this thing where obviously Jesse and Walter aren't people you're supposed to root for. They are sympathetic, sure, and I like that they're not just like these a-hole characters necessarily, but like ultimately, especially Walter, he's just crossed that line too much where I'm like, I can't back you up anymore, bro. Sorry, you're on your own. But like there's some moments where they have me rooting for them when they're in danger. And in my opinion, that's the mark of great writing, when like you can take these characters that are morally questionable and make the audience root for them or feel for them in some way, when like if you knew them in real life, you'd probably be like, I don't want to associate with you, stay away from me, yada yada. But like it's just been a beautiful thing. I can't wait to see how it ends. Some really great character arcs. The dialogue is just
that's
great,
a
highly
like rated series. So that's a
yeah.
great
There's
pick.
so many.
Don't
My
blame me.
acting teacher encouraged us all to watch it because it's that rare show where there are like a ton of great monologues. And the first monologue he ever had me do was actually when Jesse's in the support group, and he's talking about how in high school he made the wooden box, and I really like doing that monologue. So yeah, I'd say Breaking Bad, and then
Solid
I guess
pick.
as far as franchise that's been blowing my mind, I'd say, I mean, like I've gotten a bit more into Resident Evil. Like I played the remake of 4. I can't wait to play 9. So it wasn't a franchise that I cared that much about beyond just having fun with some of the games. But now I'm like, I genuinely like am excited. Like when like 9 came out, that was the first time I was actually like stoked, aside from Village, to play one of the games. So you can kind of say that Like it's really winning me over. So
So Resident Evil and Breaking Bad. I'm gonna
yeah.
write those down. So awesome. Okay. Honorable mention. Nothing. Only those two are worth watching. I love it.
Wait.
Respect it.
I've been slowly going through the Purge movies. I like the first one is pretty good. Purge Anarchy, the second one is actually pretty solid. So that's a series, and like they've like created an interesting world that I'm intrigued to see like how it came to be. I saw the Terrifier movies recently. Those are actually telling an
Nice.
interesting story, and they're like horror fantasy comedies, kind of. It really interesting stuff happening there. So yeah, there are two more for you.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna put any horror movie.
I mean, yeah,
All
that's like
right.
90% of what I watch nowadays.
Hey, this is what it is, man. You brought up one earlier. What was that? Well, we talked about Sinners. That's a little bit like horror.
We Bury the Dead was kind of horror.
Sweet. Kevin,
Yeah.
give me two, and then if you got an honorable mention, give me a quick one.
All right. My two picks are actually like really good picks for Stranger Things because Stranger Things at this point can only hope to do what these two franchises did. First one more so than the other, but the first one being Daredevil Born Again, season 1. That was a show that, got picked up by Disney, the rights transferred from Netflix to Disney. And so you're talking about like a whole new version
really
of
good.
Daredevil having to be revived, but still hit the same quality. And for me, and I know you kind of disagree, at least maybe it's changed, I don't know, but for me, it hit. It really hit. I think what they've done with the integration of Daredevil and the MCU. My only problem with the Netflix was it was so tight knit, so like closed doors. It was almost suffocating because I remember like back in the day, they had a little Easter egg of a newspaper of the Avengers on the desk in
Yeah.
at the newspaper building, and you're like, oh my goodness, like dude, this would be the coolest thing ever. But they never could do that because again, it was always a rights issue. So now for me, it feels like he's important because he's been integrated in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
He's a part of the
It's
MCU
actually a
universe
good take.
officially.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Right. And so it's kind of expanded. It's evolved. Like the little like filler. They have a couple filler episodes, but I think the
Bro, the
quality was
best
so
filler
good.
episode is the bank episode. That
The
episode
bank
was
heist,
so
yes.
good.
Everyone was talking about that.
Yeah.
And so I think they've done an amazing job. And now that season 2 is coming around, it doesn't seem like it's gonna change. Second, and this is the more so, is a Knights of the Seven Kingdom, a Game of Thrones prequel series.
Really?
Yes. Again, it's very similar to Stranger Things. Like
I
they
wanted to watch
ended
that.
on a terrible note with Game of Thrones. And so when you get this new project like a Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, especially for me, I mean Game of Thrones is up there with one of my favorite shows. But with that, I always have to like add an asterisk because the ending is terrible. It's the worst, and I mean everyone knows it. It's already been talked about to death. So when you have this new project come out, for me personally, I wasn't interested. I waited. I watched reviews. I waited to make sure. Okay, is this worthwhile? Like getting back into? Am I going to be disappointed? And it was far better than I ever could imagine. It is actually of the same quality as the best of the best in Game of Thrones. And then you hear the director come out and said, "I just wanted to make George R.R. happy with how accurate and based off the novel the show was going to be. Like it was going to be 1-to-1 with his books." And with that, I mean, you get high quality. When you stray away from George R. R. Martin, you get the Wise brothers. You get their interpretation of the story, and it's terrible. So I think sticking to the what were the words? Sticking to the book, sticking to the script, if you will, was the right way to go. And it is, Caleb. It is worth watching. Yes.
Hey, I want to jump into it actually. But thank you for reminding me because I might start it soon. That and Andor I have to finish.
Andor, yeah, I do have to
Yeah.
finish Andor as well.
What's the honorable mention?
Honorable mention, is this for like video game, show, or movie?
Anything, any movie, any
Anything?
series, any series.
Here, I have a list. I don't know if my camera's gonna cut out. I have a
That's all
list
good.
of yes. His and Hers, a Netflix show. It's
Yeah.
this like crime documentary,
Yeah,
but
with
it's
Jon
also kind of a
Bernthal.
drama. Yeah, with John Bernthal, which
Yeah.
I love
I
John
wanna
Bernthal.
watch
I
that.
mean, he's such a strong lead. And it's very good. I mean, the ending is very Netflixified, if you know what I mean. It just has
Yeah.
that Netflix ending, but everything leading up to it is just so good. The dynamic between the husband and the wife is very interesting. The like who done it, who did the murder was very interesting. And even though it's like this little like teen drama, like teen twist, like TV show twist, it still worked. Honestly, it worked for me, and I loved it. I had a very good time. Again, it's another for me like for me to give like a good rating. Again, I'm very easily distracted, so when I find something that keeps me engaged and I finish it quick, that's that's how you know
Yeah,
you did
same.
something good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. So awesome, Leo. Thanks. I'm gonna read mine. First, I'll just start my honorable mention. Honorable mention is Lincoln Lawyer. It's so similar to Daredevil, bro, but it's just real. Like, not real. It's meant to be like a real like law show and not necessarily like a vigilante, hero show. It's Daredevil, but without the vigilante aspect. It's just like supposed to mirror like a real, obviously like uh, lawyer type show. So good, so good. It's so good. All right, so my two picks. One is something that just came out, 2026. It's on Prime Video. It's called Young Sherlock. This show is incredible. It's directed by Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie. Yeah,
Bro,
I remember.
Oh wow.
bro,
I love him.
bro. Every single shot feels like it is a movie. Every shot. It is directed. Every scene is directed like a movie. It has some of the best acting, some of the best visuals, some of the best like I don't know like film techniques I've ever seen in a series, like a series. It's after I think 4 episodes, I was like, this is top 5 all time for me. Like it is incredible. It has twists. Every episode has a twist. Like you're talking about his and hers, bro. Every episode has a twist. The story is phenomenal. If you like anything involving like Sherlock and like the psychological like mystery, but like kind of like smooth and like slick type of like Robert Downey Jr. type energy, like the movies, the movies of Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's like him but younger, and him and Moriarty, instead of being enemies, they're best friends. So it is
That sounds
it's
good.
amazing. It's amazing. And then finally, I love on this movie or this series every time I can. But Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It is so good when it comes to storytelling. Like the storytelling is just amazing. It has 3 seasons out. It's cool cuz it's like Young Sherlock. It's kind of like a prequel, and I love like prequels go back and show me the people when they're younger. You got young Kirk in it, young Spock in it. I just love like the younger, you know, seeing them when they're younger, but it's so good when it comes to storytelling and the production. Like it's another one that feels like every episode's like a movie. Insane production and writing and acting. So those are my picks. Those are super super good movies or series that you probably love to watch. Feels like a movie. They literally all feel like movies,
Right.
which is why like I'm just giving them a
You
lot of
sold me
credit,
on Young Sherlock. I didn't
bro.
I don't even think I've heard about it, but Guy Ritchie,
Bro.
dude. I love Guy Ritchie.
Like whenever the opening plays, like the opening, it has his typical like when you hear it, like the typical music opening for his movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah.
My son starts going crazy, starts dancing, like
It's
the
cute.
vibe of it has so much like bro, it's so good. It's so good. You would love it. Both of you would probably love it.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
yeah.
it's anything with Sherlock Holmes, I'll check it out.
Check it out. So I'm glad we can end the episode on that. So anyways, thanks for coming on, Tony. It's been fun.
Yeah. Way
Kevin,
too long.
yeah. I'm glad you had some takes on Stranger Things you could help us out
Yeah, it's
with.
been a good time, man.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. So, yeah, maybe we'll do another one, Tony, with what we talked about, like picking a movie or like Kevin, we had an idea of worst console of all time, or like
Mhm.
maybe most
Okay.
disappointing console generation of all time, like something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We already
That'd be a
did
good one.
we already did like the best, so now we gotta even it out and do the worst.
Right, right.
Anyways, it was fun. Thanks guys for coming on, and we'll do another one sometime soon, hopefully. So until then, catch you guys later.
Yep. See ya.